But before you scale a company, you really have to scale decision making. At that moment, probably around stage 2, stage 3, you cannot take all the decisions. You have to be able to delegate, but not just delegate what to do, delegate decision making. Hey, I could not read all the contracts. I cannot talk with all the suppliers or negotiate with every client. I have to be able to scale that decision making and allow my team to think. And that's what makes a what we call a self-managing company. So I wrote this article in Inc. magazine a couple of months ago. You see March 26, a couple of months ago. And a lot of people that I talk, a lot of CEOs that I talk on the phone often, they say, Daniel, I really want the freedom of being an entrepreneur. I want to have a company that is what they call self-managed company. And a company that is self-managed is that managed itself. You don't have to manage it consistently. Of course, you have to lead it, but with much less hand-holding and much less time. So what do I believe are the 3 things you have to do to have a self-managed company? So these are the 3 things. First, a system for aligned management. And for me, it's scaling up. I use scaling up to decide my strategy, and then most importantly, communicate to my team what is the priorities, what are the KPIs that we need to accomplish, how we're going to do it, who's accountable to do what by when, and I'm delegating and I'm aligning my management in what is important. These are the priorities, and then I have to align and distribute my priorities to the rest of my team. So for the step number 1, a system for aligning management, I use scaling up. I've been using scaling up for 24 years. And it's been a game changer to be able to scale my company. 2, a well-defined sales playbook. Talking about professional teams, talking about a predictable sales system. That's what you need. You need a playbook that tells your team exactly how to sell, how to do phone calls, how to convert clients, how to handle objections, everything your team needs to be able to answer objections and be able to do sales consistently, and that they don't depend on you. If all the sales, all the growth of the company depends on you, you're never going to be able to build a scale-up company or a sellable company. You really want to have that freedom that the company manages itself. And what a sales does is give you that cash flow, that oxygen to keep your company alive. So first, have a way to be a better CEO and distribute your strategy, the priorities, and everyone knows what they have to do, the aligned management. 2, having consistent cash flow or oxygen. And that's why you need to have your sales playbook. And 3, leadership development program, or have enough capable leaders. So if I have the first 2 that are great systems, but I need people to run those systems. Remember, we're all in the people business. So you have to build a great sales or a team that for you to be able to build that team, you need to have a development program, a leadership development program, to be able to grow your team as you're growing your company. And the way I call that is really having enough capable leaders. So you need enough capable leaders in your company to be able to scale up. And we believe that the only way you're going to be able to do that the right way is having self-driven learning and development. We believe is critical to be able to build a company. If you don't drive a culture of learning and self-driven learning and development, it's going to be impossible. If you have to handhold everyone in your company to be able to do that, it's going to be really difficult. But if you really want to be able to scale your company, you could build great systems. But if you don't have great people to run those systems, they don't work. You need to have amazing people driving those systems.